The story of land ownership disputes in Israel and Palestine is not just about borders. It's about identity, survival, and centuries of history written in blood and hope. It's a story that begins thousands of years ago in a land sacred to three major religions and claimed by countless empires. Thousands of years ago, this land was known as Canaan, a crossroads of trade, culture, and conquest. The Hebrews, ancestors of modern-day Jews, settled here around 1200 BCE. Over time, kingdoms like Israel and Judah emerged, only to be conquered by empires like Babylon, Persia, and Rome. For centuries, Jews considered this land their promised home. But after Roman rule in 70 CE, the Jewish diaspora began, leaving a land sparsely populated by Jews, alongside Samaritans, Christians, and others. Fast forward to the 7th century, Islam arrived, and Jerusalem became sacred to Muslims. By the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire controlled the region. Land ownership was largely communal, with a mix of Arabs, both Muslim and Christian, living on and cultivating the land. The Ottoman system was complex, with large estates controlled by absentee landlords. Many peasants tilled the land without formal ownership, sowing the seeds of disputes that would come later. In the late 19th century, the Zionist movement emerged, driven by European Jews seeking a homeland to escape persecution. At the time, Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire, with an Arab-majority population. Jewish immigrants began buying land, often from absentee landlords, displacing Arab tenant farmers. While these transactions were legal, they sparked tensions between communities. To some, it was the restoration of an ancient homeland. To others, it felt like an invasion. After World War I, the British took control under the League of Nations mandate. They promised a homeland for Jews in the 1917 Balfour Declaration, but also pledged to protect Arab rights. As Jewish immigration surged, especially during the Holocaust, land disputes intensified. Arabs feared losing their majority status and access to land, while Jews felt a desperate need for refuge. By the 1930s, violence erupted, with both sides clashing over land and control. In 1947, the United Nations proposed dividing Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. Jews accepted the plan. Arabs rejected it, seeing it as unfair. When Israel declared independence in 1948, war broke out. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced in what they call the Nakba, or catastrophe. Meanwhile, Israel expanded its territory beyond the UN plan, further deepening the divide. In 1967, Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem during the Six-Day War. This marked a new chapter in land disputes. Israel began establishing settlements in these territories, considered illegal under international law, but seen by some Israelis as a return to biblical land. For Palestinians, the settlements were a stark reminder of displacement and a growing obstacle to statehood. Tensions boiled over, leading to uprisings known as intifadas in the late 20th century. In the 1990s, the Oslo Accords brought hope, with promises of a two-state solution, but disputes over land ownership, borders, and settlements remained unresolved. Negotiations faltered, and violence often overshadowed progress. Today, Palestinians in the West Bank face restrictions on movement and land use, while Israelis fear attack. The Gaza Strip, under Hamas control, suffers from blockades and economic hardship. Both sides remain locked in a cycle of mistrust. Land ownership in Israel and Palestine is now a mosaic of historical claims, legal battles, and emotional ties. For many Palestinians, the land symbolizes a stolen homeland. For Israelis, it's a safe haven after centuries of persecution. Attempts at resolution face deep-seated mistrust, but grassroots efforts show that coexistence is possible. Farmers, activists, and everyday citizens on both sides dream of a future where borders don't define humanity. The story of land ownership in Israel and Palestine is more than a conflict. It's a human story shaped by history and hope. While the path forward is uncertain, the land itself endures, carrying the weight of dreams and the possibility of peace. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that dive deep into the past and present. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below.